Alright, welcome to this new video. This video is about the role of time inside of your entries. And specifically, we're going to discuss the midnight open and the 8:30 open. It is all New York time based, so set your time zone to UTC -5, New York, and a few times in a year it's going to -5 because of the time changes, so always set it to New York. Let's start with the basics of ICT trading. And you heard it everywhere. ICT is about time and price. The time is about when price does what it does, and price is how it does it. And for example, the videos in the mentorship that go about time is, for example, the kill zones video, and videos that are about price are about the daily bias, about different value gaps, the order blocks, etc. This video will be about time. To understand the role of the midnight open and the 8:30 open, you need to understand how a candle looks like. In this example, we have a bullish candle, a green candle, and a candle has an open right here. There's a low, it's the bottom of the wick, there's the high, and there's the close. And on the charts, it looks like this. So you have your open, then it goes lower, setting the low of the candle, then it goes higher, setting the high of the candle, and then it closes right here. Most of the ICT traders are familiar with the Judas swing, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, or the power of three, whatever you want to call it. And the role of the midnight open and 8:30 open are blending in together with those concepts. So what you want to do when you're bullish, you want to buy below the midnight open. So for example, here is the midnight open and here's the 8:30 open. It's all New York time, so EST. You want to buy below the midnight open. So this is London. So what you mostly see in AMD is an accumulation during Asia. Manipulation is at London, and the distribution during the rest of the day in a classic buy day. You want to buy below the midnight open, and also you want to buy below the 8:30 open. But this is mostly your New York entry. Sometimes price comes back all the way to midnight open during the New York session, and then you are in deep discount. It's even better because you are buying below both 8:30 and also the midnight open. So preferably, you need to buy below one of the two, but best and the highest probability, the best trades are when you can trade below both. I'm not going to waste your time. In the bearish example, this is exactly vice versa. So you have a bearish candle, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, and you want to sell above the midnight open and also sell above the 8:30 open. So what you want to do on an intraday basis is when price comes back into these areas, so in a bullish example, below the 8:30 and or the midnight open, go to your lower time frame and then hunt for your lower time frame entry setups. So for example, there's a order block, or a value gap, or a breaker, or more than that, or it's an OTE. Then look for your lower time frame entry models. And same for the bearish example, when price is here above the midnight open or above the 8:30 open, go to your lower time frames to then enter your lower time frame entry models. All right, let's go back to the charts. And you can do this manually, like write down the midnight open every day and also the 8:30 open. I would make it easier, just like we did in the kill zones video. And it's actually the same indicator. It's called the ICT kill zones and pivots. So you can look it up in the indicator section. And to show you the settings, it's exactly the same, but I disabled the Asia, London, New York. I switched it up. So usually when you show the kill zone boxes, all these sessions will appear, but I switched it off because I want to keep my charts clean. What you can do, you can just do it twice. So you can, for example, have one for the midnight open and the 8:30 open and one for the kill zones. That's up to you. So let's go over the settings. You just copy this. My session drawing limit is 15, so 50 sessions. Time frame limit 30. So New York, text color, you can give it whatever you want. I have this off the kill zone boxes. And for this video, these are the most important, the opening prices. So I've labeled it midnight open, is this one. So from 0 to 01, and the 8:30 open from 8:30 to 8:31. This is the only thing you need to have on to see this. And it's black for me, and I have a dotted. You can also make it solid, but I think the dotted is the most clean. You can make it also bigger. This also looks very, very ugly. So yeah, just play with this and then we can use it. Let's take a look at this example. We are at NASDAQ, and this is a classic buy day. And you want to, if you anticipate a buy day, you want to buy below the midnight open. So here's the midnight open. As you can see, we created a pre-London low of the day, and then price traded back into the midnight open inside this fair value gap before trading away. And on a classic buy day, you can have here fair value gap, order block. And then here again, on 8:30, this is around the open, price gives you another chance to get in below the 8:30 open. It was 8:30, this black candle, this down close candle. And what do we have here? A breaker, an order block. Also, the bodies are respecting this fair value gap. So this fair value gap could give you an entry stop loss below this low. You can target the 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 or whatever you prefer. And also here on the midnight open, you could have this trade stop below the swing low and then target a 1 to 2, 1 to 3. This swing highs were low hanging fruit, so you can do this for a clear 1 to 3. In this next example, even if it's an NFP example, you'll get my drift. So if we anticipate a buy day, you want to buy below the midnight open, but also for the highest probability trades below the 8:30 open. And here it gives you this. So pre-NFP, we have a London low of the day, sweeping this liquidity. After that, displacing higher, leaving this fair value gap. And before NFP, price comes back to this fair value gap below the 8:30 open. So and this is the area you can buy then. So look for your lower time frame entry models. So we took a little liquidity here. And then, of course, NFP 8:30 shot this market up. In this example, we had a very bearish day. You see midnight open is this down close candle. And price didn't even come above it. So it just touched the midnight open before moving lower. And then during New York, during the open, we got a chance to sell above the 8:30 open. So it gave us that. Took out a little liquidity, but it was very aggressive. So the entry you could have had was this fair value gap, with your stop above the highs right here. It was a very big stop. And then your target could be this swing low for a clear 1 to 3. And if you blend it together with selling above the 8:30 open, you can also wait it before 8:30. I like to enter at the fair value gap and then make sure my stop is big enough to let price touch both midnight open and 8:30 in this case. You can also combine this with the market maker buy model concept. So for example, this example on this Thursday, we trade lower below the midnight open and we are expecting a bullish price run because we traded into a higher time frame discount array. And then you see price displacing upwards, leaving two fair value gaps, one here and one here covered by our labels. And the low hanging fruit are all these failure swings. So then your goal is to buy below the 8:30 and also the midnight open. And here, this fair value gap is just above the midnight open, but you should be able to let price trade below the midnight open one more time, also covering this fair value gap, 60 points stop loss, and then target the swing highs. This is a very big risk to reward. If you're just doing low hanging fruit, just go for this swing high for a clear 1 to 3. If you want to mitigate even more risk, you want price to trade it to this order block maybe, or side this inverse fair value gap, you even do it lower, and you still have a very nice risk to reward. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this, please like and subscribe. Please check out all the other 2024 mentorship videos, and I will see you in the next one.